Islam, and we're back. Welcome back to the More Culture Podcasts. We are here for episode 14, I believe. Knowledge, culture, all being born to power. Islam. Knowledge, culture, all being born in power. So that's exactly what we're doing today here, shedding some light on some new knowledge that you might not have heard before. Make sure the Moors are woken up because this episode is about the spiritual warfare on Moors, spiritual warfare on Moors. We have a lot of things that Brother Sharif shared with me this week that I knew a lot about, but to get back into the information is just like it's eye opening. So we're gonna shed some new information to the people. Before we go too much further, just want to greet everybody with whatever greeting they're comfortable with. We like to greet people with peace, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Ayonio, Alafiyah, Rahu Bat, Shalom. And I think that's a piece. That's all the piece we have. Hotep. I miss Hotep. Islam. So yeah, that's that, Mo. I know you said you had an opening you wanted to kick us off with as well to help out.
I like to, excuse me, in the spirit of light, I like to give high honors to Almighty Allah, high honors to His Holy Prophet Noble Ali, high honor to the forerunner of the Prophet Marcus Mosiah Garvey, high honor to Saint Over Torre and his successor, Jean Jacques Dessalines, high honors to all distinguished members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and high honors to all distinguished members of the Nation of Islam, high honors to Frederick Douglass, high honor to Booker T. Washington, high honor to W.E.B. Du Bois, high honors to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Farrar Muhammad, Worthy Muhammad, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and high honors to all my ancestors. Peace.
Islam. I'm gonna give my quick praises and honors too. Thank you, Mo, for bringing that back to my attention. Praises and honors. We definitely want to do that in the beginning of our episodes as well. I'd like to give all praises to Allah, of course, Islam. High honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the forerunner Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and high honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America. High honors to all true and divine and honorable prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Prophets such as Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, etc., Islam. And high honors to all of our ancestors, everybody that fought for us to be where we are, everybody that gives us the power that we have today, Islam. And that's it, Mo. I just want to wish everybody a happy, beautiful day, whatever's going on in the world. There's a lot going on, but we can definitely walk in the spirit of light and not in the dark. And that's what we're here for, to shed some light, Mo, to shed some light. Yeah, let's get into it, Mo. I know.
I like to start off.
Let's get this.
I'd like to start off. Jesus was telling somebody in the Bible, he said, if you was of Abraham's seed, you do Abraham's work.
Islam.
He said, you're of your father, the devil. He's a liar, thief, and a murderer. From the beginning, the father of liars. Then the Holy Quran says, follow not the footsteps of Satan, for to you, he's an open enemy. So we want to talk tonight on the Balfour Agreement, the Berlin Conference, the Balfour Agreement, and the Berlin Conference is basically about how people, sun dodgers, still in territory, and how all these wars that we see today goes back into a certain group of people. So if you look at the so-called black community, there's a liquor store almost on every corner, and churches. You don't go into other communities and see that. So this is designed to keep us back. That's why we had to re-educate ourselves. And like I said, the Holy Quran is a beautiful, powerful book that brings us from darkness into the marvelous light. But we've been programmed to think in a certain way. When you learn to study the Holy Quran and learn your prayers, etc., it takes you into another world. As the Quran says, by stages and degrees shall we teach you, declare this message so you will not forget. So a lot of people out there now are not in accord, not on the path. They're not following the footsteps of their ancestors. They fell off the path. And when you fall off the path, it's chaos, conflict, and confusion. You don't want to anger the wrath of Allah and the wrath of your ancestors, because we had the greatest teachers of all times. So look at how many people out there now in the state of civil tumultuous. You mean to tell me that you're going to let people lead you who have oppressed you for 400 years, your 400-year open enemy lead you? We need leadership here today in the world. Moor Science Temple of America has it. The Nation of Islam have it. So I want you brothers to come this way, because Allah needs soldiers. You can make a difference in this life for yourself and your people. Trust in Allah and His prophets. See the change that you make. Drinking and drugging ain't gonna bring you change. But when you learn the ways of Allah, it's gonna bring happiness in your life. It might seem bad right now, but trust in Allah, because He'll see you through. He'll lead you through the lake of fire. All this fire of confusion we be going through, that creates mental illness. But so what we have in our program offer you heaven. So Allah, let Allah become Allah's instrument, and He can bring change on the land. The land belongs to us anyway. You can read the laws of the land. But what everybody deal with now on this land is not law, it's public policy. You think public policy is going to redeem you, you are a slave. Law governs all events, so we're going to have to start studying law. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. A workman need not be in vain, rightly divide the truth. Truth don't only come in one specific person's way, one specific religious person. Think they got the ideal for all man. No, you got to rightly divide that truth. She said the truth will set you free. The truth is the light. So when you study with us brothers, we're going to bring in the light. And light means to become conscious. Peace.
Islam. So let's get into some actual facts in what you're speaking about in terms of the Berlin Conference, the Balfour Agreement, because they all tie into basically what you're saying. You're speaking it into a real deep and esoteric and high level way of looking at it and thinking about it. But some people don't understand where we're coming from right now.
What I'm saying is, to my brothers, sisters, they are after you.
Islam.
They don't want to see you have peace.
Islam.
And so they cause division. What it's all about is divide your property.
Division. The Berlin Conference. Division. The Berlin Conference.
All of them. All these wars cause division.
So the Berlin Conference is 1884, 1885 is when they divided. They divided Africa. Just basically just came and said, you know what? You can take, certain nations can take, the Spaniards can take some parts, the British can take some parts, the France can take some parts. They split it all up, right, and just gave it away to the different European nations, and that's a big part of plays into where we are today, right, because all of Africa is still split up.
Hold your thought. But what about the Louisiana Purchase?
What about it?
That's when the United States purchased the Louisiana from the French.
Yeah.
And who was involved with all them wars was Haiti. Them Haitian wars. This also was the Haitian Empire. They ain't gonna tell you that how the Haitian Empire ties back into the imperial Aztecs. Like Haiti's more, or IAT is more than that island that you see over there now. So them people, like Elijah Muhammad calls them fiery serpent, they after us.
Islam.
They don't want no peace, for us.
Islam.
That it's their job to make mischief on this earth. And it's their job, as Elijah Muhammad said, they poured wine into the sacred vessels. You see, liquor store almost on every corner. So when you drinking all them spirits, how you gonna be upright? You're gonna be confused. So they don't want you to get together. So when the life that Allah chose for us cleans us up from all that, I don't discriminate against none of my brothers in the Moorish Science Temple or the Nation of Islam or the church, because I want all them places to learn. I got what I was looking for. It was light. And the truth is a light, and truth shall set you free.
Islam. And going after the Berlin Conference, not long after is when the Balfour Agreement happened. And that's essentially, that first Berlin Conference is stealing all the land in Africa. And then they steal the land in Palestine or
right,
Israel.
That's the Balfour Agreement.
Yeah, the Balfour Agreement.
Yeah, that's the Zionist Jews. That Zionist movement, right? They got permission from Lord Rothschild in England. He was in England, and the rest of the British to make that their home.
Yeah,
they had wanted to go somewhere else in Africa first, so they agreed.
Uganda.
Yeah, they wanted to go to Uganda first.
Yeah,
but
just looking around, figuring, hey, what land can we just take and make ours?
And United States is an agreement today that support that.
Yeah, without America, they would probably would not. Well, not they probably they wouldn't be propped up. Without America, there would have been the land probably would have been reclaimed by now fully by the original people.
Because America's an ideal, and we as a people are entitled to our ideal. Like we're about love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, or freedom, justice, equality. This is the seed that we plant into the hearts and minds of our people, because Allah's on to set the day. He's bringing change. It looks bad right now, real bad, but Allah's working with us. And we people in the Moorish Science Temple and Nation of Islam, you and I, we need all the soldiers that we can get to bring changes. This is a special day for us. Have faith, believe in Allah, He'll bring change in our lives.
Islam. So I'm reading here about the Balfour Agreement, the Balfour Agreement or Balfour Declaration. Not really an agreement. No, there wasn't much of an agreement. It just kind of just took it. But this came after Britain. So Britain is the one who essentially afforded the land to
NATO.
The Zionists. Yeah, NATO, the UN. But before that though, Britain had already promised that land to the Arabs for the help in fighting the Ottomans.
Right, that was
the McMahon Hussein correspondence.
Part of the destruction of the Ottoman Empire.
Islam.
So even in Saudi Arabia, remember Ibn Suwad, he was the prince there, and they overthrew him. So it used to just be the peninsula of Arabia. So what I'm saying to you is that the what you call it in Marxism, you call it, I think it's bourgeoisie, bourgeoisie and proletariat, but the bourgeoisie, the oligarchs, the ruling class, they keep the poor people fighting. And like the Holy Quran says, Satan makes things fair seeming. Just like in the Bacon agreement. I mean, Bacon rebellion. You know what that was about?
Was it about pork or?
Bacon rebellion was about, the Irish was over here too. They was indentured slaves, and the rich people turned the Irish against the slaves and got us fighting because they didn't want the poor to catch up with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the police came from they're the original slave catchers, and they felt they had to watch the queen's property, which is the slaves, and which they still look us at slaves today. But what amazes me is the value that we have in holiness when you really on that right path. Allah cares for you. He will raise you up. He teach you how to defend yourself from the wicked people, ignorance. Because all them ignorant people that got money, one of the greatest things they hate is hearing you speaking the truth. Because when you speak the truth, you melt them. I don't care how much money they have. I think I was sharing with you before that at psychology major, they used to say IQ equals mental age over chronological age times 100. That means your mental age and your physical age is supposed to be equal in order to have a balanced equilibrium. But we have a lot of people around here today, male and female, they act like spoiled brats, spoiled children. They don't get their way and stuff. They cry. Even that, we've been through a lot of oppression here. But now it's time for us to heal. And if you believe in Allah, He will heal you. And He will make you new. I've been on earth for a while, but before I depart, I really like to see Allah working. He's working in my life now, but I'm saying even more, because I know He's more powerful than the wicked man. The man has been causing us all this hell, from generation after generation. He'll fix it. He will fix it. The rich people have an ideal. So the poor people, like I say in Marxism, they have the haves and have-nots. The have-nots been attacked, and their plan is basically put together by rich people to control the political party that keeps them fighting. But for our survival now, the have-nots got to learn how to come together to bring change in America. This is not a Marxist message. This is common sense. Freedom of speech. Everything is ran off an ideal. So we, the people, in our various organizations, Moorish Science Temple, Nation of Islam, UNIA, et cetera, we got to come together in unity and make things work. So Allah will fix it.
Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Islam. That's good train of thought, Mo, to keep us on. And I want to make sure that we're talking about the agreements that you mentioned, and something that I'm realizing before all this, before the Berlin conference, you have
this is what you got now.
Yeah, well, no, it's the slave. Well, I'm getting at the slave trade. The slave trade started before that.
America.
Yeah,
of course. The same thing is happening. They don't go. Who gave them the deed to the land of America? And so, in order
they just made it up, Mo. They just made
it
up.
It's called paper genocide.
Yeah.
So we got people that represent us now making deals with Africa, and they getting real mad and disrespecting all them brothers and sisters over there. They playing with our lives.
Yeah.
So when we go to the poll next time, we got to get rid of some people and take back our power. I know we can do it. This ain't even white or black thing. This is a thing of our survival.
Islam.
They're reaching out for our demise. And Allah's been so good to us, even through our struggles. I truly want to live that righteous life. See Allah fix it. Allah will take care of them people.
How do you see that happening, or should I
like Prophet Noble Ali said, this battle must be won in a conflict that cannot be fully told all in words, But the way I really see it, and I always seen the battle in spirit, and a lot of people can't comprehend spiritual things. I see a lot of winning in spirit, but I see that spirit. When I see spiritual, I see it manifesting physically, and things have changed. Trump had to come to America to make some change. Everything but the Democrats did wasn't so sweet either. Remember, they might call him a felon, but what you call people that rob you of steal your land? They steal your land and they bring laws, and if you break it, they'll send you to jail. But if they break it, they get away with it. Ain't they felons too?
Of course.
Yeah. So our problem is that we won't ikra, like the angel Jibril told Prophet Muhammad in Mount Herat. He said, read and name your guardian Lord, taught man the use of pen, taught him not, taught man what he knew not. We have to learn how to read. That reading is an exercise. Reading open up doors. I love reading. I mean, I go back home, get to read, and I say, see y'all. I go back home, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 6, 3, 2, blast up, zoom, that speed of light, I'll be gone.
Another dimension, man.
Yeah, another dimension. That's what we have over them. But they don't want you to know that you can go to that dimension. And I love physics, man. See some physics problems, which say energy equals mass times the speed of light square, force equals mass times velocity, vectors, anything that demonstrate magnitude or direction. The angle between a force and a vector is 180 degrees. The speed of light is 186,231 miles per second. I love that.
Wow, man.
When I get into my lessons, and even when I get in supreme wisdom, you know, they teach that the earth travels at a rate of 1,037 miles per hour. If I'm focused like that, why am I gonna let some unbeliever come up and take me off my post? I'm in the supreme wisdom. Why am I gonna let the unbeliever be successful? Allah's lead on victories are sure. You don't have to fall down into that bull crap. I'm talking about in the world of darkness, into your lower self. We ain't got to do that. So I'm calling all brothers and sisters, come on up into the higher self this day and turn on the lights, because we got to win this battle. Because we had to care for ourselves. We had to love ourselves. You know, we are despised and rejected by men, like Jesus was, like Muhammad was, Buddha, Confucius. They putting us on the cross, and we got to come off the cross.
Islam, Mo. That's what all this is about. Is them essentially erasing our culture and, you know, our way of life, and forcing on us that cross,
right?
Forcing us onto the cross, and you know, the doctrine of discovery and these things of, you know, King Leopold. You were mentioning King Leopold and his conquest of Congo.
Yeah, he killed about
10 to 15 million.
Some say 30 million.
Yeah.
And
if they're saying 10 to 15, that means it probably is way more. For them to even say that number is wild.
And Congo just made a deal with Trump.
Did they?
Yeah, for the co-vote and all the stuff like that. So the people is.
I hope it was prosperous. I mean, I think there was.
The president just want them to control the terrorism in that land, because we have tribalism, so-called Africans fighting against Africans. So what I'm saying, the benefits of being in supreme wisdom and on your higher self, you like angels. You way up there in the heavens, and you got a message to bring to humanity. Because Allah just didn't start with this message at one individual. He wants to develop us. So when we speak, we don't go to and fro America or to and fro the earth speaking like slaves. As they said when we was young and stuff, they said, vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord. He's coming back to fix it. He's going to show us that he is God.
Islam.
He's coming back to take care of the enemy of all man. Yep. All man. I don't like to say mankind, because mankind means kind of a man, you know, so that ain't talking about us. So you got you got the original man and the regular man. You got the grafted man.
Islam.
The man was made in a laboratory.
Islam.
So when people talk to you about mankind and man, so forth, you got to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the greatest thing we got gifts we got is the Holy Quran says, we have gave you the gifts of sight, speech, and hearing. So a lot of us, you know, when I was young, the old people said, boy, you ain't got common sense. And we got to use common sense, and common sense would help us through the woods, because we still in the woods. I don't care how many buildings they tear down and put up corporate structures, so forth and so on. We still in the woods. We still the natives, the natural citizens, or natural people's land. And so we had to be in harmony with nature. It's like, I think I was talking to you, like you take your shoes off and barefoot and stand in the grass, all the energy shoots up. That's healing.
Yes, Mo. Yes, it is, Mo. Yes, it is. That's the way to be. I love this. I love this time of year because I didn't do enough of that during the winter months. But you know, since it's been good weather out there and good temperatures to good degrees, I've been every single day. Every single day it started with the feet in the ground, the feet on the ground, and the all three of my eyes on the sun.
Right.
All three of my eyes on the sun, and it helps me a lot, Mo. I'm pumped up. I'm energized. I'm all over the place right now with the center, with work, a lot of things going on with obviously my own personal life with my daughter and things that are going on in my life, and I'm getting through it, Mo. I feel like more energetic than ever right now. Like that time of the year is like I'm pumped up, Mo. I'm pumped up, and it definitely has a lot to do with the grounding, just being outside, being one with nature more. And you know, that winter time is like they have this thing called seasonal depression, right? And you know,
depression is created by the enemy. Your greatest enemy is your lower self. But what I'm saying is that when you look at society, the oligarchs, they want to control everything. Like, you know what's happening in Mexico?
What's that?
Mexico, tell them get out. You know, it's riding going down there, and they say, "Get out, gringo!" You know what I mean? Because they moving down there. Look, they moving down there, and they open up stores, and jacking prices up real high, and jacking up the real estate, so forth, and it's making it hard. And it's big over there. Like let me see, what do you call the Black Lives Matter? It's over like that in Mexico. This has become the problem. Who you think they after? They after the same people that they are in Palestine. You know, I mean, over in Israel want to control the whole world, of the financial part of it. Just study who controls the legal system, the medical system, all that. When you go to prison, who controls all the stores there? My teacher, he told me, he was in World War II. He said that them people had Germany sewed up so tight you couldn't even buy a loaf of bread. So I'm saying, if you had family that served here in these wars, which I'm a Vietnam era veteran, and served to make this country what it is, why can't we as a people deal with our problems here like we got reparations and so forth? So look how much they give a year to this place. We was talking about the Balfour Agreement about Berlin Conference. You know how much money they get a year? Well, they ain't addressed our problems when it comes to reparations.
They gave them a whole plot of land. Yeah, they gave them a whole.
and you know what they give us? The liquor store and drugs. So now it's time for the brothers and sisters to wake up, to come together and say enough is enough.
It is.
Enough is enough. Take that stuff out in your community. We need healing. You know, we need rehabilitation. The whole black community all over the land, even as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Noble Drew Ali came through to clean people up. A lot of us are clean, but this work is heavy. You know, we got to learn how to say no, because they putting up, you know, the liquor stores. What's that? The genie in the lamp? The genie jump on you, or the gin jump on you and stuff. You go stock raving mad. That's all part of the Crusades. Where they, we're still fighting. How a drunk man gonna win against a sober man? A sober man making money.
Mm. Mm.
So we had, I really do love Allah. I know what Allah will do for us as a people, how deep this resurrection is, how he's going to resurrect us for the battle, how he's going to breathe on us, because this victory belongs to Allah. Don't let the enemy deceive you. Allah's leading on the victory, sure. Allah's going to win. That's the language we got to speak. Holy Quran says, you say you believe Allah will not be tested? We're going to go through a test.
Mm.
When I was sick in the hospital last year, that was a test.
Islam.
Have you ever been through a test?
Well, every time I walk out the house, I feel like every time I wake up, there's tests. You get tested every corner. But and I obviously have been literally tested by people, they push you through tests, or whether it be professional tests, or whether it be for your career, for your job, or whether it be just in the street, just by somebody walking up on you and ask you certain questions just to see how you're going to answer. And depending on how you answer, depends on how how the interaction will go. It's a test.
Our unity's a test.
We're all in that test. We're all being tested for that right now.
Simple American Nation of Islam and different orders out there. Our unity's a test. United we stand, divided we fall. It's a test for me to be kind to my brothers and sisters. If I say I represent a specific order, how do I treat my brother and sister? It's a song they sing, order my steps, Lord, according to your word, right? And every time you walk before another man, you walk before Allah. That's all it tests.
Islam.
Allah say, how you gonna treat that brother? How you gonna treat that sister? You mean to tell me you're gonna come and let Shaitan do an operation on your heart, change the conditions of your heart? When the Holy Quran says, Allah says, never does he change the condition of the people till they change within the heart. Allah's there. He's ready to develop our heart and make us into new people. Bring our heart together, my heart, your heart.
That's the closest place you find Allah, Mo.
All these organizations, all our organization and unity is a heart.
Mm.
That's a powerful heart. And so we can't let the enemy get in that circle and defeat that. All them organizations together is like a wall. It's like paradise.
Mm.
And so Allah's training us how to be better at who we are. Speaking and all that. Problems at home, so forth and so on. Sometimes we got to go the extra mile, because when we leave here, what condition and what state of mind would you like to leave in? I would like to leave in confusion, and that's all the enemy causes, confusion. But I got to dismiss the lower self first. I got to give the lower self a proper burial,
Mm-hmm.
And after I do that, demonstrate all the decent principles that Allah has taught me to stand on: love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, or freedom, justice, and equality. Be thankful for all our teachers, and because they planted something in us. And if we just look at that library and deem that to be sacred, they can't win.
Mm.
They cannot win. And look at our, the genetical blueprints. Read our genetical blueprints and be the architects that we are supposed to be. We got to climb up the ladder from downstairs to upstairs. That's the higher self. And we on the higher self, in that upper room. They ain't gonna come up there.
They can't.
They can't.
They can't survive up there.
Because you took your power back. Your power. You said, not by might, nor by strength, by my spirit. So when you get in the spirit, that's strong, and all our spirits unify as one spirit, speaking the same message all over the world and stuff. That's powerful. we keep letting this man rule out with fear. Why should you let somebody rule you when they're morally corrupt? Allah's Akbar. You know,
Yeah, Mo.
we don't want to be morally corrupt because we want our light to shine. We want to make a difference on earth. A lot of people ain't into that. Let your light shine. We are the righteous.
Yeah, find you a temple, find you or find you what is the, I mean, I guess a masjid,
Masjid.
a masjid.
Yeah, don't hate because they all there for a reason. Law governs all events. By
Islam.
stages, like the Quran says, by stages and degrees shall we teach you to declare this message, so you will not forget. If you see something that you don't like, everybody got their fallibilities, but don't let it stop you from studying. Don't let Shaitan sever the rope between you and Allah. Allah has a beautiful message for us.
Islam.
That's change. You know what the biggest room in the world is?
What's that?
Improvement. There's room for improvement.
Interesting.
You know, so if you look at who we are, you got to get it in soon about our inventions. We invented mostly everything in the world to make people live comfortably, and the computers and communicate, and the jets and the cars, the trains, plane, the medical system.
Or just civilization.
Civilization. Who's that original man?
Exactly, Mo.
An Asiatic black man got a physical universe, creating planet Earth. That's real. We're going to go over it, inshallah, about our events, everything that we created. And so what they do is they steal our patents. So if you look at all the things that we created, I'm going to get with this, inshallah, we should be feel very proud of self. Our self-esteem should be high. We shouldn't give it up for that liquor, them drugs, and them scorching blends. We should truly let Allah make a difference in our life. He ain't gonna forsake you. You just have to have a committed relationship to Allah. Allah will fix it. Allah will fix your enemy. He gonna fix these people in America that did what oppressed us. He can't, like they say in the Nation of Islam, that Mount Muhammad came to forgive us for the sins that was thrown on us by the enemy. That's a good way to say that, because they did throw a lot at us. They threw them liquor stores at us. You know what I mean? They threw all them drugs at us. Because it says Satan sits in a position where you cannot see him. That's going back to them people that ain't of Abraham's seed, right? They want to control everything.
Yeah.
And they'll run game. I didn't even studying last week how they trying to get back into with us type, even like they said in the civil rights movement, that 3 of them was on a march and they was taken out, being a part of the civil rights movement. For those who know what I'm talking about, look what they doing to the world now. That ain't civil rights. It's about human rights today, though. It's about human rights.
That's what
And be anchored. Be anchored in your faith. Be anchored into Allah.
Islam.
Be anchored. So when the storm come, it ain't gonna blow you off course.
Yeah.
He gonna give you the proper words to say. And he's gonna teach you how to talk in harmony, rhythm, melodiously, to help broaden people's horizons.
Islam, Mo. I appreciate it, Mo. I definitely appreciate the thought of Allah that you're bringing forth here today. You're just listening to you, Mo. It's music to my ears.
No, Allah's tired of the mess. He's gonna wake up in a lot of us here in America.
It's happening right now.
He's gonna wake up inside of us and stuff. He's gonna be the arms, and that he's gonna be our arms. He's gonna be our feet. He's gonna be our voice. He's gonna be our 5 senses. Allah's waking up in America. That's what the Holy Quran says. Allah will throw back your mockery. Come through stealing people's land and tell them, bringing laws that tell them to follow. But when it comes to you, the laws are not applicable to you. And the righteous come from all walks of life. Allah's concerned with the righteous today.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah,
We coming together. And I'm saying it right now.
it's happening, Mo. And anybody that's listening to this that hears the sound of my voice and it is not on the same wavelength of, and I imagine if you're listening to this or watching this, that you're obviously most likely on the same wavelength. But if you're not, please just understand, what we're bringing forth today, and do your own knowledge, your own understanding of these situations, the Balfour Agreement. Well, more so the Berlin Conference, and even go back to the Council of Nicaea and these things before then.
Doctrine of discovery.
Doctrine of discovery. Just pay attention to that.
Divide land, but land up, and then when they divide, they make you doubt yourself.
Exactly. The situation that we find ourselves in.
We into the God of our forefathers. Don't take your mind off that.
We're serving a different. That's exactly the point. Is like we're and I did it for a long portion of my life, and I think a lot of my family has fallen victim as well. Is that worshiping the wrong God?
Yeah, just like whoever heard of bunny rabbit laying eggs, and Santa Claus spelled backwards is Satan's claw, and the turkeys represent where they took the Turkish Muslim out.
Man, yeah, they've pulled a wool over our eyes. They've tricked us well.
Then you brown the turkey up, cook him and stuff. He got the same complexion as your brother.
Mm.
Then you got the 4th of July, and then you got these months like March was named after Mars, July was Julius Caesar, August Augustus Caesar, and September, that means but Septimus was also so-called black Roman emperor. But you got September 7, October 8, November 9, and December 10 decimal. So they throwing us off with the time thing. We got to fall back in tune with the time and get away from that Gregorian calendar too. Learn it, know what it is, but you got to come up out of their world.
Is that we don't have too much of a choice on a day-to-day basis to operate within this society with the systems that are in place that everybody kind of upholds and is a part of. However, like you said, we need to really be mindful of that and be more mindful in natural order.
The systems in places they're adapts like the Nation of Islam and Moorish Science Temple and places like that. That's our adapt. So when you go into their world and stuff, you can't throw down the truth that you learned to defend yourself. You got to have on full armor. You go there. Them culprits, like Jesus said, "Oh, ye generation of vipers." He said, "I'll give you power to tread on serpents." That's what we want when we walk these places. These serpents are all in America, been crawling over us, just like they want to build that alligator prison, so forth and so on. Who you think going in there?
Well, they're saying
the brown and dark people. So we got to say enough is enough. They don't have to be in the position that they in no more. Our vote is strong. Even though they're trying to cling on it now and fight against the Constitution, so forth and so on. Next time we vote and stuff. And now I'm not saying Democrats are all right either. I ain't going to even say that, because we know who created the Democrats. But I'm just saying, use your mind. Let Allah choose where you differ in the valid decision. We're in the valid decision now. And we got to step up as men and bring about change. We got to stop. If you say you're Muslim and Moorish, whatever, et cetera, that means you're not a little boy. I heard one time I was listening to Minister Farrakhan talk, and he was talking about where the Lion tribe of Judah. He said, "What happened to the tribe of Judah's roar?" We going to him for the earth. We gotta get that roar, man. That roar is powerful. Like the First Amendment says, freedom of speech. It's powerful. Because like I said, the law, he's manifesting all of us, the righteous, and he's gonna begin to walk the earth. People feel law within us. We still caught up in the crusades. Yep. They, they doing every. If you love us, act like us, like you love us. But if you hate us and stuff, be gone. A lot of people hate us, and we got to interact with them too. And so we stand on the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, or freedom, justice, equality. And that's the message that we're going to bring before the world. We had to bring it before the world because this is our day. This is the hereafter. Yesterday's gone. Ain't that, don't that make this the hereafter?
Yeah, no. Yeah, a present, or
So,
is that?
so change the condition of your heart. And when you change the condition of your heart and stuff, the enemy got to flee. Upright man, a God man, they scared of that. That's bad in their bombs. They here to deceive you and breathe falsehood into your soul. Them jinns, them genies. But Allah's here to elevate us. And we even got a surah in the Quran that says the elevated places. That's where we're supposed to be. It's in the elevated places. Stop letting these people talk that crap. Behold, a tribe of jinn sit and try to listen to the Quran, because it ain't for everybody. The Quran ain't for everybody. So it's there to elevate the righteous and righteous people, all walks of life. And that, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. These natural resources don't belong to these oligarchs. That's how they got rich. They got rich off the natural resources of the earth,
including us, the biggest resource.
What's that?
Us.
Oh, us. Yep.
Our
so,
bodies.
So you got the oil, the gold, silver, and all that, and so they managed to steal that. Now they say they in charge. That's a bunch of bull crap. Like if they call this person millionaire, you ain't never seen $1 million or $1 billion in your life.
Yeah, you're just worth that. They say you're worth it because you own so much stuff. The quote unquote.
But we're taught that man is truth and false is strangely mixed.
Yeah.
That's propaganda. So we stand for Allah. We part of Allah's army, and we don't let nobody punk you. That's what people try to do, punk us, and have sex with you psychologically and all that crazy stuff. We got to say, be gone, Satan. Yep.
Oh, I apologize for yawning. Yes, be gone, Satan. Islam.
We got to be upright people. I'm committed. Allah needs a few good men, but like I'm saying, Allah's walking the earth to a lot of people. Hey,
yeah,
He's walking the earth and stuff, and He's speaking to a lot of people. And so if you're going out there breaking them laws, Allah's laws and stuff, He don't deal with you. You, me, whoever, you know what I mean? We got to fall in tune with nature. What you think recreation is about? Wreck the creation.
Oh, snaps, bro. Wreck the creation.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. I'm telling you, have Allah spirit and His breath daily, walking with you and talk, because them older people, they knew, they said, and He walks with me and He talks with me and He tells me I am His. They knew how to walk and talk with Allah. We don't know how to do that now.
What's that?
So when we start walking and then they say, I come to the garden a long while until it's still the roses. What garden you think they was talking about? Holy Quran said the garden beneath which rivers flow. They knew. It's different ways that they was breaking it down to us. So this is their resurrection. Allah's walking, talking through us. And that's the only way change gonna come. And we had to take up this responsibility and straighten up and fly right. Because Allah's on earth today. He's moved through you. He's moved through me. He's tearing falsehood up. Satan's a liar.
Islam mode. That's what we're doing here, tearing Satan up. And we're here at the Moor Culture Center, 715 North King Street. Check us out on moorculturecenter.com. Allah is here, right here. You're looking at it right here in this center, right here in this temple. This is where we hold Holy Temple every Friday.
Yes.
You will find Allah here. You will find, you'll find everything you need here. Honestly, you come here and build amongst the Moors, and you have everything you need. Mo, 715 North King Street. Support the movement. Come be a part. 715 North King Street. MoorCultureCenter.com. MOOR CultureCenter.com. We are here in the temple. Come be a part.
And to them brothers and sisters out there that can't improve the movement, they need to shut up. They need to shut up, because you're being exposed too. You can't run. Allah come to expose y'all. We ain't only the tree don't only got one branch. This tree love's really got many branches.
Islam.
What you call the branches?
What's that?
The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Nation of Islam, the UNIA.
Okay.
Et cetera, et cetera. The church, et cetera, et cetera.
Islam, as long as it's used with the right principles and
right.
used for the upliftment of fallen humanity, for us, for the unity of us, then we're on the same page. You don't have
whatever you're a part of, let it make a difference in your life.
Islam,
and that's how you make America great again. Not with white supremacy. We together, we can destroy white supremacy. That's a lie. People have been talking that trash too long. They with the white supremacy lie and stuff, because all they want to do is steal your land and rule off of fear. It's an illusion.
False expectations appearing real. Fear. Yeah, Mo. Let's sign off. It's been a good.
Praise Allah.
It's been a good amount of time, and I believe we covered everything that we plan on covering.
Well,
go ahead. Oh no, you did. Never mind. If I bring this up, I never want to go long. I don't want to bring it up. We should save this. I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead.
May Allah bless the Moorish Science Temple. May Allah bless the Nation of Islam. May Allah bless all our ancestors. May Allah bless every one of us who was actively involved to bring us from darkness into the marvelous light. Ameen.
Ameen. Islam. With that, we will sign off. Until next time, check us out. We'll probably be here next Monday. We're trying to be here. We plan on being here every Monday, 7 o'clock live, maybe a little bit later. You can, we have an open seat. There is sometimes guests might pop up. So, if you stop by, you will be welcome, as long as you come with the right energy. Here's your seat. Come talk to us. Talk about what's going on here in Wilmington or wherever you're at. Islam, peace.
Islam.
Assalamu alaikum. Wadu.
Peace.